Magic, Heka. You know, people talk a lot of powerful talk, especially when it comes to spirituality and the way a lot of these people perceive themselves in the spiritual realm. All you gotta do is listen to some of these people when they talk. You'll hear the imagination literally get involved with the intellect, which simply means that they start identifying with something that they've seen in a movie. So they start referring to a movie because they need the movie to validate the real life experience, because that's the only logical thing they got to draw on. Myself, I've experienced a lot of shit that I don't talk about. I've cleaned house, talking about cleansed houses, felt demonic spirits, entities. I've helped release demonic spirits and entities from people. I can look at people and tell if you got something on you or something feeding off of your energy. And a lot of times people do this shit willingly and unwillingly. Sometimes people do it knowingly and unknowingly. So sometimes people even invite this type of energy into their life, especially when you go to fucking with deities and like dealing in that type of realm, because all these deities require some type of sacrifice. So my whole thing was, once I understood or understood magic, because I was drawn to it before I was drawn to anything else on the spiritual realm. I walked into my first metaphysical shop and I grabbed candles and herbs, didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And I had made a post earlier talking about how when the intellect has nothing to stand firm on, the imagination runs wild, or the intuition does. Now, it's a beautiful thing, don't get me wrong. But this is why I learned the principles of Reiki and chakras, and then I stepped away from that and said, okay, how can I apply that? Like, how can I make that make sense, especially when I'm dealing with healing other people? What's up now? All right. Especially when I'm dealing with applying that to other people. So that's why I barely talk on being a Reiki master, and I barely speak on a lot of things that I do, especially when it comes to like spiritual work. I've broken hexes. People will reach out to me and be like, Spirit told me to call you. I don't know why. God told me to reach out to you. I've done readings and I can hear people's prayers. So when I'm talking about being connected, like I am that, I just don't speak on it because I'm so busy doing it or being it. You get what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with magic, y'all, all of these holidays are basically points or coordinates to where they need a body and a location. Now they need your time and your energy. So in order for them to feed, or in order for you to make the spell real, you got to feed it. So when you feed the spell, all that means is just simply, will you indulge? And the first thing they tell you, we doing it out of love. We doing it out of love. I'm going to tell you something. Love ain't nothing but the sweetness of your emotions. So a lot of y'all sweet on a lot of these holidays that they've incorporated and also indoctrinated and spell cast and spell bound you to believe and hold on to. Y'all know we can flip and hold, like turn everything to family and love, but y'all getting together, eating the same foods, eating the same shit that's killing you. So you're celebrating death, but you're doing it in the name of love. It's the same thing what sacrificing Jesus did to us. Man, I'm telling y'all how deep these spells go. So when you remove these spells from within yourself, a lot of y'all don't wonder why you always end up with some type of fucked up attitude. Like, you just can't control your anger sometimes. It's so hard for you to like gather yourself, center yourself. Man, this shit gets deep. So these spells, these rituals, these things are real because linguistics, spelling, the whole goddamn English language is a spelling, spells, dispel. Man, y'all, it ain't about waking up. It's just about being aware. You already woke. That's why to be is aware, to be alive. So that's why they plan on the wokeness by trying to say, I'm more woke than you or you more sleep than me. Nah, the true path to enlightenment can't be achieved alone. So if you still sleep and I consider myself woke, what the fuck do that make me? I ain't no better than you. The difference is I've enhanced my life perspective. I see life from a different aspect. I see life from the 360. I heard one word and I overstand three. See? So when you're talking about standing on your square, it's about coming back to this reality, and there's no certain way for you to be spiritual. So you are the magic. You are the deity. You are the altar. You are the place where all the magic happens. Tap in.